Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. This has been a crazy day from the moment I woke up, and now it's late into the afternoon. It all started last night at 9:45 p.m. We were in bed and we heard a big thud on our deck, and my husband said he thinks Amazon was here, and I'm like, Amazon does not deliver at 9:45 at night. Well, to make a long story short, there was a big package at our door, and it was a greenhouse similar to what I have here, and I was like, what in the world is this? And where'd this come from? And what does it mean? I went to bed and I realized that a viewer of ours sent us a greenhouse. It's bigger and it's better than the one that we had that was somewhat destroyed by that snow. Well, to make a long story short, I am going to make sure that I keep the snow off the roof now with this new greenhouse. So I proceeded to film tearing the greenhouse down and the build of the greenhouse, and then all of a sudden I lost a big part of the footage. But have no fear, I was able to get some of the footage, and now what we're doing is we have to fix the side of the potting shed, because unfortunately when we removed the greenhouse, the wall was all rotted. So my husband's going to temporarily put another little wall there. We'll paint it sometime later in the summer, but we are going to get started in this greenhouse. Here's the footage of earlier today and what we all did. For those of you who didn't see the video back in the winter time, I wanted to show you exactly what happened to this greenhouse. Now, this greenhouse was quite a few years old when this happened, but it collapsed. And I got it working fairly good. My husband and I duct taped it all together, but the poles were all bent. It was just a real mess. But I made do with what I had, and it was just such an amazing thing to get the new greenhouse, to actually be able to use it and not worried about collapsing again. So here, let me show you what we did. Between putting up the new greenhouse and tearing the old one down, it was a lot of work. It took us all afternoon. I helped him with starting the new greenhouse while I went over and started taking everything out of the old greenhouse. I had to go through everything. That greenhouse was so full, and a lot of it was stuff I really didn't need. And so I really wanted to make sure once they had the new greenhouse up that things looked so much better. But you can see I had to tear this one down. It was a lot of work. But now the new greenhouse is being put up. Okay, so I got myself fixed up a little bit, and I put my bandana on because it's getting windy and I didn't want the hair blowing around. This greenhouse is absolutely amazing. It is wider and it is higher. And one thing I like about this is it has extra shelving units, which she realized and thought, hey, Tessie needs some more shelving units for in her greenhouse. And she is so right. So it also has ventilation on both sides. We have a ventilation right here, and then we have ventilation on the other side. What we need to do now is the side of the potting shed wall is not good at all. So my husband is going to put some reinforcement, and then we'll paint it later. I'm not dealing with the painting today, but this is what it looks like. As you can see, the wall looks pretty bad. That wall is always covered by this greenhouse, so people never see that wall, but we need to reinforce it. All of my plants are down here and it is a lot of them. And I had a video of me showing taking the plants out, but somehow that video got corrupted and I cannot fix it. This is the first time in 9 years that I did a lot of videotaping and the card was ruined. But let me show you. So just envision my old greenhouse and all these plants. We're in there. We're making it wider, that way we can make it a little more even. This is extremely exciting for me because I spend literally hours in my greenhouse. Also gives us a lot of privacy because this greenhouse now blocks all the other neighboring yards. So when I'm filming, people don't see other people's yards or anything like that. And it just gives it a more peaceful look. I really like having property boundaries so you can see between one boundary line to another. And the way I have it now is I just have everything nice so you can easily tell what is our property and then what's the neighbor's property. We don't have a lot of stuff that sits around. We pretty much keep everything nice and cleaned up, and we really keep it that way, and we love having the look of our property. All right, so he's gonna go ahead and reinforce that wall, while then we will go ahead and put the greenhouse back in its position, and we'll start placing the flooring, and we'll start putting all of these seeds away. And of course, with my signature brown, I painted all of these tags, and we're gonna have it so organized in the new greenhouse. It is going to look so amazing. So I have all these tags. These were pieces of metal that I don't know what they were made for, but I turned them into garden tags. And all right, so while he's gonna go ahead and I'm gonna help him organize everything. I'm gonna have it so super duper cute. I'm gonna have the potting soil in an old canner like this with a lid, and then I'm gonna organize all of my plants per perennials or herbs and just clean up this whole area here because we had so much stuff. All right, so we got them all in. Now I'm gonna work on the floor. I'm gonna put the flooring in and have some of the finishing touches. All right, I am almost done. And then I'll show you what everything looks like. I had the fountain in with my froggy, all of my plants. I don't know how I got all my seeds in the other one because this one is bigger, but it's full. Everything is full. This was quite a project. Taking everything out, breaking the other one down into pieces, and then putting the new one up. But let me tell you what, I'm going to have so much fun in here. The last thing I need to do is I'm gonna go ahead and make my little labels to put in here and then call this completed. I need to see if I can push down some, I see a couple places where I need to push down on some of the shelving and just put the finishing touches on everything.